before when I talked about exports, I was talking about named exports. There's also something called an export default. This is a fallback export, and it's often used if you only want to export one thing from a file. So, if you let's say I want this to be my fallback export, I'm just going to only export this one thing from the file. I can just put export default. So now we know that this is just the fallback, though basically just the one thing we're going to export from this file. So we talked about exporting a default export. Now I'm going to show you how to import a default export. It's pretty much the same as before, but there is a slight difference. So we are going to pretend we have a file called math functions that has a default export named subtract. So let me show you how you would import that. So it's going to be import subtract, and we've already reached the difference here. If it's not a default export, you would put curly braces around this. But it is a default export, so we are not going to use curly braces. But we still have to say what it's from. So from math functions. Okay, so that is how you would import a default export.